Welcome out, gamers and gamettes, to this RGL.GG Invite Highlander match. We are in week 2 of season 17 on PL Upward, watching somebody help take on Squirtyay. I am Alto, joined by Zag to my side, Dolphin behind the camera. As always, Zag, how you doing tonight?
Doing good, a little bit tired, but we'll wake up into the night as this match commences. And yeah, we got two teams here, both 0-1, both with a single match point and a lot to prove. Both of them are going to be wanting to stretch toward that playoff bubble towards the middle of the season, so we'll see which one gets a head start today.
Yeah, definitely, and I know, Zag, I missed last week, had to sub in for an advanced match. We won 4-1, not my greatest performance, but a dub's a dub. But we did see Witness Gaming take down Squirtyay 4-1. Some of the rumblings is that those two teams were very likely looking to be the potential 1 and 2 seeds heading into playoffs. So with that win, Witness Gaming, I feel like, have established themselves as likely the favorites for this season, having won last season, and even with a reduced roster. With no Team Fun, AD, 4500, esque roster in this season, I think the favorite position default goes to them. But right now, we're looking at two teams that, have a lot of ground to climb right now, where I think other than Witness Gaming, that 2 seed is potentially very much up for grabs. And I think these two teams tonight are definitely going to look to try to get themselves a head start on it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to go ahead and run down the rosters real quick, as I do want to talk a bit more about these teams' positions right now. On the Somebody Help is going to be Biffle on Scout, Sunny on Soldier, American on Pyro, Country Toad on Demoman, Caboose on Heavy, Consta on Engineer, Fleeble on Medic, Mountain on Sniper, and Micah on Spy.
Over on the side of Squirtyay, it will be Yate on Scout, Dur on Soldier, Big Z Pyro, Kira Demoman, Dotwet on Heavy, Pickles on Engineer, Ray on Medic, Scouty on Sniper, and Pajaro, artist formerly known as Spoo, on Spy.
Yeah, and I mentioned the lead in both these teams have 1 match point right now that puts them at the bottom of the table each, but there's a very big difference in, perceptions based on who they faced, because that 1 match point for Squirty did come against Witness Gaming, right? And even though the roster has kind of changed from last season, it's still a team of mostly defending invite champions. On a map like Product, that you come in where you have like a reconvened roster, and the fact that you take 1 round and look slightly competitive in the rest, for Squirtyay, it's a very good sign. On the other hand, Somebody Help, they only got 1 round against Run It Back. And Run It Back, they're a solid team, but they're no Witness Gaming, right? So just off that, it feels like Squirtyay have to come in as the favorites here. Obviously, the musings of them being one of the top teams. Their 0-1 record, 1 match point doesn't do them justice. So I'm expecting to see them come out really strong here and probably take it 2-0.
Yeah, I think Squirtyay are the favorites here, but, Somebody Help, we always give them the stopwatch buff, if you will. So, entirely possible, I think, for them to sneak a half here, and maybe even the win. I mean, I look at Squirtyay's roster and I can see where the power comes from, but I don't, and, maybe this is just a sign of, players shifting in and out. I don't see anyone on this team that would make me fear in the same way I'd automatically fear people on Witness Gaming and, formerly Team Fun. So, and, again, maybe that's a symptom of myself, but I feel like there's a little bit more room to contest these players, where some of them have some really high highs. I've seen, Yate, Dur, Kira, Scouty all put up some really good logs, but I don't feel like they have that kind of reputation that someone like a Joey Lemons might have, where you always know they're going to produce.
Yeah, that production does come into question when you're not you're not shown to be as consistent as you can be. But still early in the season, I think Squirtyay do have that potential to be a fairly consistent high invite team. So we'll see if they can kind of develop that consistency as the season goes on. And honestly, after facing down Witness Gaming in week 1, a nice, cool Somebody Help matchup is really kind of like a good spot to get your bearings going into the rest of the season. At this point, you guys are starting to figure out, teams starting to figure out things out as they come together. The map variety comes in, they get their first stopwatch practice for real, and it starts to just look better, starts to gel together. And that's what I'm looking for Squirtyay here tonight. Is I'm expecting them to win 2-0, but I want to see visibly clean Highlander gameplay, because a big thing is that teams kind of show weakness on certain map types, they show weakness on specific maps, and it's a big question mark next to their names as they go into the postseason. And Squirtyay, as a team, definitely aiming for that postseason. I just want to see them be clean on Upward,
Yeah, you know, we think about, I think about Witness Gaming from last season and, you know, think back to their Swiftwater match in the regular season, and that ended up being the map they banned throughout playoffs for the most part, you know, clearly their worst map, but even in their 2-0 over Roadrunners, it was not a clean 2-0, and when you're, as you said, when you're a team like Squirtyay, you know, dropping around is obviously something you want to avoid, but even if you 2-0 now, if it's a sloppy 2-0, if you have to come down to the wire, you know, if it's one of those kind of Fiesta games where both meds are constantly dying and, you know, you don't have, like, really clean Ubers, it paints a weakness for them in playoffs that another team could exploit.
Yeah, that's the big worry here for me, at least for Squirty coming in. Now, if we want to look towards Help's perspective a bit here as are waiting for some of the last few players start loading in. They have a changed roster this season. Big name I feel like is missing is Emily. Emmy is not here on Scout, and that's a big minus in my book for the power level of Somebody Help, because okay, Biffle's not a bad scout at all. Biffle's one of like the legacy scout players, but Emily really kind of rose through the ranks to be one of the consistently, you know, top, I'll say top 4 Highlander scouts for like seasons and seasons on end, like at least 3 seasons, right? And I feel like missing that presence of one of your strongest, most consistent players is going to hurt you in the long run. Granted, Stopwatch Upward, not the biggest scout impact map, but still just, it gives your team a lot of confidence when you're able to do damage and your scout's able to just go in and kill everything for you. And if that's not happening, then I feel like Somebody Help are just going to be on the back foot more often.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a player I think had a little bit of skepticism when they first started playing Scout, but over the, you know, seasons has been that person where when you look at Somebody Help logs and sort by kills, you have a pretty good idea she was either going to be top or in the top 3. And again, probably payload a better, you know, won't be as much of an impact. I'm interested to see how well Biffle's unrusted, I guess, over the course of the preseason. Because I think he could, you know, be easily an adequate substitution if he's back at his former peak, but that's by no means a guarantee. I mean, realistically, I think looking at this match, I'm looking in from Help's perspective at the pick closet, because I feel like Mountain and Micah can make a ton of openings on this team that the rest of Somebody Help can capitalize on, because otherwise I think just the raw DM basis, I gotta lean Squirtyay.
Yeah, and on that topic of pick classes, specifically on the sniper, Scouty really impressed me last week. Me and Jared ended up shouting him out a lot, and I believe through the first half, despite his team ending up on the losing end, he was actually winning an SVS by 2. So Scouty, I think, has the potential to be like a really consistent up sniper in the league, whereas Mountain, I feel like, has been hanging in for a couple seasons now. Like low mid invite level. I've never gotten the feeling from Mountain that, you know, he's contesting for like a top 3 sniper in the league, anywhere close to that. So I feel like I want to see Mountain kind of stand his ground here on the points where, you know, sniper can normally take over on Upward. If he just ends up losing SVS after SVS and Somebody Help can never get set, then I feel like the snowball can start really quickly. So I want to see Mountain have a good performance for Somebody Help, because I think Scout is very dangerous.
Yeah, definitely one of those players, as we mentioned, you know, in the beginning, that my gut reaction to him isn't someone I would fear the same way I would Eleni, but I think he's getting there. And, you know, as you said, he was winning SVSs last week. You know, he puts up a solid season, and I think he kind of ascends into that rank of, like, you see his name in the server, and you're like, uh-oh, things aren't going to go well.
Yeah, if you're a medic player, you might give him the benefit of the doubt before running into the sideline.
Maybe he gets added to Blake's list of,
Yeah.
of medics that he doesn't just peak until proven otherwise.
We do have 18 in the server in just a second. Looks like we have 30 seconds until the game goes live. So I've mentioned that I'm leaning 2-0 for Squirty. What about you, Alto?
I think just for diversity on the desk, I'm going to put some faith in my good friend Michael Lele and predict 2-1 for Squirty here.
Some faith, give him a round. We'll see how it goes as we are into game right now. It's going to be Somebody Help starting out on that defense. Squirty hoping to get some momentum rolling on offense. We'll see what they have going here. Are there any crit stickies? It's always the question.
Yeah, crit.
Yep,
People on
that's
crits,
great.
so crit sticks will go down. Gotta watch out for who's going to be the person who, you know, explodes 3 seconds after the gate opens, as is the tradition. Oh, no, a little bit more passive stickies here coming out. They are not
for some poor
going
spider
to
on the
spawn
cross,
picks at
surely.
all. Yeah, really just waiting for the Uber, and I think they may rely on that extra crit knockback. Potentially, you know, catapult someone away from the Uber. I have a video like that on my channel of something like that happening to me. It's pretty powerful when the med walks over hill and then instantly teleports off the cliff.
And for opening offensive strategy, I'm looking to see what kind of a sack, if any, that Squirty run, because sacks are so varied on upward first that you can do any number of things. You can have a parachute sack, you can have a heavy running through fists, you can have pyros jumping, jetpacking over, or you can have a combination of everything. So we'll see what they want to do here. Some teams even just like trading quickly, so we'll see what Squirty have in their back pocket as Gate's about to drop as we're into the game.
I want to see that one on the Manwich. It's my favorite.
He's got some Fists of Steel out right now. High bomb coming from Demo Man. Kira going up into the sky. No parachute. Will just immediately die to a pipe. Reflect coming through. Fixie's going in there. Fixie's got some damage down, but nothing really doing there. Everyone's going to get extinguished and get back to full HP. So a Pyro Demo sack. Pretty unorthodox. Doesn't really get them much.
Yeah, surprise, no soldier coming in. Pajaro, meanwhile, has gone back to spawn. Going to take off the Telly entrance, but Consta on the Eureka effect has ported back. Gonna put that entrance back down, go back out to the exit, so it will come up in due time. Pajaro now in tunnel, gonna wait to try to get in position for that sap. Looks like Ray is out of spawn, so the exchange is gonna come through.
Yep, Kritsiki still hasn't been dead yet. Headshot comes out to pick with one couch. Kritsiki's still not dead. A scout can go flying right now. Gate can end up backing out. There's the crit sticks. No one dies to them. No couch teams in that exchange, and Fleeble didn't have to pop either. Hup did a really good job kiting that one out, and now Squirty, they need to get this Uber forced out, and they do get a pick onto Country Toad. They don't want to drop too many players. They're going to lose Sunny as well right now. Sunny Help going to try and save whoever they can, and hopefully get an Uber contest here. But remember, they're going to get really behind on Leapfrog if they pop and don't pick a medic, so we'll see what they want to do. They will lose two more. Biffle and Mountain both dying in this Uber. It's going to go late. They're going to Ray!
American!
With that
Crazy.
WM1 4K.
The debt jump too, just walks in. That's exactly the type of Uber you want to back out there. Was a little concerned with Pyro coming in on hill. Gonna find one onto Country Toad. That demo is gonna be able to, it would put out a lot of forward pressure on this hill. Likely gonna force the hill hold to be a little bit more passive here with him going down.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be fine with that, though. Somebody Help are getting out of there with Uber Ad, which was the big worry once they ended up milking for that long. So they're just going to rebuild. They have their sniper up on the platform here, Mountain scoping down. They have their sentry gun building up in due time. So we'll see what they want to do here. Headshot rings out immediately coming from scouting, and the spy going to have to drop down. So no pressure here. Just stab on Micah! Gets the reverse drop stab. Figsy gets baited into that one. Unfortunately for them, it's not going to keep the control of the hill. They're going to have to back up as Jura and Dalwin are taking space here. Bomb in from the soldier coming through. Scouty gonna get traded out by Sunny here. That's a pretty good trade from the defensive soldiers. They're gonna be able to retake some space.
But I almost fell out of my chair in chat. That was, Mika just mind controlled her into walking into that. That was gorgeous.
It's a classic spy trick stab, the under stab. We'll see if Paro can get anything rolling on his deep throat. As Mountain getting rolling in this game right now, has a pick onto Figsy here, gonna open up some spaces. Right now, Squirty trying to walk forward, get some space on the hill. I do hear Scouty ring out some headshots. Uber's gonna pop through here. Both teams popping about the same time, but Caboose not able to get a flash, will go down. Sentry gun gets Enforcer down. That's some good tech there from Pajaro, easily able to take out that defensive gun. But Mountain winning an SDS from Scouty. The heavy flank from underneath though. Darwin coming through. Consta, American both dying. He's gonna help get a kill onto Country Toad as well. Tons of damage from that heavy flank.
Things look like they're going so well right there for somebody help, but then Dotwet, just the stealth actor walking in through tunnel, destroys the combo, and Ray, though, gonna get caught out. Micah finding a med pick here with Fleeble went down as well, actually. I didn't see what two, but both meds are gonna go down here. Ah, on the back out, yeah.
It's a good pick by Micah to neutralize Uber Disset here, but like we mentioned, that Dotwet play just got them second essentially into their pocket right there. Both meds going to be up about the same time. Small ad for the defensive med here, but 2 points, 3.5 minutes. Pretty average time so far.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like lots of highlights that have kind of both evened each other out.
Yeah, exactly,
not really, being pretty standard, 3.5 through 2 is close to average as I feel you can get. But now Sunny up. Interesting, Sunny's on the Conqueror here on Catwalk, not on the Battalions, so probably trading off that regen. Maybe finding a little bit better, even if the banner itself not quite as good. We're going to see a lot of Squirty looking to play trackside. Ray only 50%, kind of playing on the staircase. Going to start to get up, and there it is! Toad finding the med pick. Always cautious of putting your med that far forward when you're not immediately planning an Uber. It's so easy to catch them out.
They want to try and get some kills in. They do get a lot of good ones. Caboose and Country Toad dead, and American. That's all the big defensive classes, and the sniper now down. All they have left to defend is this level 2 sentry gun, but now it's dead too. So despite getting a free med pick, they lose everybody.
Scouty is though. Great
my
shot
God.
onto Biffle. There's your Uber target. Fleeble now forced to run out with Uber into last. No Uber, no problem right now for Squirtyay. Really showing up strong on the third point.
Really, really bad macro error there by somebody help. They should expect the second they get that med pick that they're going to play aggressive on the side of Squirty. They are going to get American gets a second Uber. This time can't get deep enough to get the med pick. They are going to chase down though, and Micah's revolver gets Ray once again. Micah on what, 2 or 3 med picks so far?
2 already. Gorgeous repush right there. I thought they were out of that, but they get their spawns, come back out through last. Cart time on the side of Squirtyay, maybe not as good as it could have been, and the cart's still not even up the 3rd ramp yet. They now have Uber at their back and they're forward holding. So really no harm, no foul for somebody helping.
Squirtyay a bit too eager on the push. He's got to kind of trap drop down and hold space. They kind of just let themselves get Ubered into by a Pyro again, but we'll see now what they want to do. Both meds low on Uber, 50% for Fleeble, 30 on Ray, trying to get some kills here. Pajaro going down to that heavy on the cross. Everyone else alive for the meantime. Micah sitting cloak and daggered on the card path, so he's going to go for a decloak on anyone who stacks to push it up. Fleeble up on 80% now, but look at the soldier in deep. Dur trying to get a kill. Helps to get Biffle piped. Kira hitting a good fadeaway onto that scout, and Biffle going to keep his life, or Dur rather. Now we will see Cart going up that final bend. When does Micah want to make his move? Here it comes, but immediately gets seen, gets the NG, and it starts rolling down, and here comes the Uber.
Yeah, that's enough of a stab right there as Yates not able to get the cart all the way up. Uber comes out right there. Gonna find Scouty with that, but American gets caught on the back out. A bunch of other players dead right now for somebody help. No card time. Really only keeping them on this point right now as Ray has full Uber.
Look at the block from the Conqueror. Good Uber force. Sunny, yeah, all alone. And we get that one. Fleeble's so low. Needs to get out of dodge.
Yeah, needs to drop down for that full pack in lower. Will get it.
Lives.
Does not burn
good
out.
Good fight by Country Toad, but there's Dur. Clean up. 2 rockets onto Country Toad Mountain, and that should be the point.
Yeah, but I think you're pretty happy with that repush. That really probably has got them about 2.5, 3 minutes maybe, like 6.5, 7.
Yeah, 6.5 to 7, basically. Exactly. So we will now see pretty good time, or at least a good start to their time for somebody help. They can get 1, maybe 2 good holds on this last. I'd say they're looking at a pretty solid time, but we'll have to see if they can get that one going. Scouty is in tiles here, looking down for a pick. Mountain is aware of this, doesn't want to fight him SVS right now, which you're okay with as a defensive sniper. Going to rotate to try and help out the rest of his team. It's going to be just the normal passive hold from the defense here. Sentry Gun already dead, got spammed out by a revolver and rockets from what I heard, so you're going to have to rebuild that one up if you are con stuff.
Yeah, some fragmenting back and forth, mainly just the spies. Dotlet and Dur going to go down. Sunny going to get 2 and trade out right there. Going to delay any offensive pressure at the cost of his own life. Both meds now sitting on Uber, but we've seen this passive hold right now at the spawn as we have a pause coming in right now. As it looks like a somewhat... No, never mind. I thought someone DC'd, but might just be attack? Dolphin? Any reports?
It's a crash. Yeah, it's been reported that Yates crashed. That's a scout for Squirtyay, so I'm going to get that player reconnected. Hopefully get unpaused as soon as possible. Both meds up on Uber right now. And, the onus right now is on Squirtyay to kind of push in, make defense use the Uber, try to take some space. We've seen the upward meta shift to this, defense holds over their spawn for the past couple seasons now. And the vibe I always get is that if the offensive team knows how to take control of space, it's pretty easy for them to just pop Uber in main, lock out some shutters, get a couple picks, because the defense is typically spread out, harder for them to flash all their players. So I want to see if that's the game planning for Squirty. It looks like they are grouped outside of main with this Uber.
Maybe. I feel like it's just so easy for them to walk back into spawn, and then they get nothing, reuse back in, and get all the pressure out. I hate this hold and that it's allowed to happen, but as you said, Uber popped in through main right here. Yate gonna get up onto the spawn gate, and there is everyone going back into spawn. Yate gonna get caught out. Biffle finds that kill. Caboose still in upper, lives on 1 HP. As the Uber pop back in through main, Pajaro gonna get caught out, but really, Scouty, only the pick class is going down, it looks like. Micah as well, but no ground gained with that Uber, it looks like, and no major kills. Dotwet gonna catch Biffle out, but defensive scout's not gonna let you push in last. Gun's already back up to level 2 as well.
Squirty looking to dry push back up to backstairs into the upper. They are getting a lot of key players up there, including Scouty wants to try and make his way up there. Pickles is going to get reflected, and that's going to be no offensive engineers, so no one to kind of tap that card in. Has to be Yate to stop it from rolling back for now. A lot of damage coming in. Headshot rolling in onto Dot Wet up and upper. Mountain doing a good job of denying some space here. And they will take down Yate on the cart, so no cart pushers available anymore. So we'll have to see right now what is the plan for Ray and Squirty. But there's Scouty getting a kill onto the Pyro. That's a pretty big one.
Is it?
No reflecting spam. The gun just dies for free.
I guess so. That's a good point. Yeah, I would say that is a good point. Still, though, they are not able to get it yet. It is getting slowly lower. Consta, though, just now getting it.
Look at Sunny,
though. They're going to lose Yate again in the meantime. And Scouty getting pressured out from lower. Micah and Sunny going to try to force him out of that upper area. He's going to be pushed back into main. Carts rolling back, and we just saw where the pause happened in real time. But just without, you know, the thing about this passive hold at the spawn is that there's really no way up. And as long as the defensive sniper's alive, no one on blue can really do too much. You're forced to just play that SBS. Mountain going to take out Kira. No demo man, so this Uber likely not going to have anywhere to go until he respawns.
I really like how Mountain is playing this, by the way. Okay, I was literally about to say Mountain is avoiding every SVS, but Scouty just finds the angle there and takes down sniper opposition. So it will now be a big advantage here for the side of Squirtyay with that sniper now dead. Sunny as well gets reflected by Figsy. No Pyro, no sniper. You get to walk in for free here. They do get the Uber force out of the defense. Just an Uber trade, no one really dying directly in that Uber. Spawners are now going to start coming up, and there's Biffle with the flank, takes down Dalwet and Dirt. A lot of damage coming in from that scout. Everyone else for Squirtyay trying to collapse onto the cart, but Caboose raining down some hell on them. Will stand in there and will get some damage. Mountain back up, wins the SVS in return, and these players just trying to stay on that cart, but they are forced off.
Pickles did get the cart up quite a decent amount right there as just using that cover on the cart, but not even at the ramp yet, and we've been here, you know, 3, probably 4 minutes at this point. I feel like on last, it is so hard to break this hold. Even when the sniper goes down, you know, you lose 2, you have Sunny come and get 2 kills, Kira gets sniped out beforehand, you can barely even capitalize on the fact that the enemy sniper went down. It is so hard to get in here.
Scouty peeked out for 1 second and Mountain destroyed him on the crack shot. That was such a good pre-aim from Mountain there.
And just like that, Blue has nothing they can do.
Yeah, they have to sit back away for Uber.
They got the dispenser block down, but
but the gun's still there. Why does the dispenser block matter if the spy can't even sap it? So just Wrangler coming in from Consta right now to deny this offense. Look at Sunny holding the ground above their heads. Scouty, another pick onto American. That gun is now suspect to some spam, but they have to get in deep into tiles. Sunny still denying this entire threat. Will finally get flanked. Dawit gonna take him down with the help of his scout. And now Scouty up top. Uber gonna come in from the lower combo, trying to do some damage. Where's the Uber from somebody help? Looks like their own spawn cutting this one out. They are gonna pop out up top, but they gotta get onto that cart. No one can deny it.
Yeah, Dawit's on it. They're going to have to abort that. There comes American sailing in with the rest of the Uber, but they're down a lot of players in here, and they only picked up Dotwin in the Uber. Collapse in Harry Potter. Yate's
gun's still back.
Stay alive. Yeah, gun's back. Yate now on low HP, going to get taken out. Fleeble dead as well, so lots of frags coming across here. Ray and Kira are playing in main. Gun lock and loaded down in 2 pipes. That might be it. It's just Caboose.
The fist heavy making the run. The fist heavy, Dalwet stick on that cart and last! Oh my god! American goes for hit for that one, but it's not going to matter. It denies 5-10 seconds, but it is going to be Squirtyay finally getting this one over the edge. Unless, okay. Country Toad hitting us with a big 2K at the end there, make things more exciting. But that's a 12-minute defense from somebody help, you know. I painted Squirtyay as big favorites in the pregame because I thought they'd be, but somebody help really impressive on that initial defense.
Yeah, really looking good here. I mean, I think it's worth noting that if Help is kind of playing to their historical styles, feels like every payload game with them, you kind of got to add 2 minutes to the average. So, you know, if there's any team that's going to, like, hold 14 minutes and then fail to push it, or vice versa, it's going to be them. So when I see a 12-minute time for Help, I'm thinking that's like a 10-minute time for another team. In a lot of ways, they're a little bit slower and more methodical than a lot of other teams, I feel like, which, you know, runs both ways. They're also like the least likely team I feel like that's going to cap you in 5.5 minutes. But still a phenomenal defense by them, really showing up here. And, I mean, I'm looking, you know, you look at the scoreboard, I mean, Country Toad and Sunny both have a lot of points, but, you know, Micah had a bunch of key med picks in the beginning, but that last hold where most of the time came in, didn't really feel like there was any one standout player. I'd probably give it to Sunny if I had to for consistently, you know, finding 2-for-1s. But it was just a really solid team effort. You know, they never really lost too many people at one time. Consistently kept their players alive. You know, the hold, I think, is broken, but they played it exactly as they needed to, and they find themselves in a really good spot.
Yep, Gates drops, Scouty opening pick onto American. I feel like that's American 3 deaths in a row to that sniper. Probably not having a good time at the hand of the Australian man, but we will see somebody help try to walk some players out here. Medic's still in spawn, so it doesn't look like they're fast trading. I don't see any players going for a sack either, though. It feels like they just kind of want to walk up. Okay, 4 deaths in a row. That's, yeah, he's dropping American now. Yeah. Literally 4 deaths in a row to sniper. That sucks. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Some variety right there. Biffle gonna get body shot out on flank. Scouty standing tall on playground. Micah just now getting behind. Looks like he's gonna go back to get... No, he's not going back for Telly.
There's a sack coming in now. Country Toad with the parachute bomb. They're looking for the med force with the parachute bomb. Sticky's coming in, raining down to the sentry gun. Will do a lot of damage, but unfortunately not picking up any kills or the sentry kill. They do get Scouty with the distraction. Biffle making a good jump off. Takes out Pickles as well.
Dead, yeah.
Yeah, Biffle, really good play there. No NG can heal this gun. It's 1 HP. Anything will take this gun out, so... I'd say that's a pretty decent delayed stack from somebody help. They know they have the time, so honestly the delayed stack's not a bad option. And there just goes the gun.
Sonny gets the gun, yeah. I thought that wasn't going to turn out well with Micah not finding anything, but they get a ton of kills and none of like the headlining picks like a scout or a medic. But you got that, but drops Fleeble walking out of spawn. I didn't see where he was, but that's gotta be the lobby spot up on the rocks. I can't imagine it's anywhere else. Everyone's going in. They will get the force out, so
could be worse, but
yeah. Worst case, but
dropping your medical upward first. That's a season just started mistake right there. Which I mean, if it's gonna happen, at least have it happen here after you had a 12-minute defense, right? And then it never happens again. But you still got to keep the momentum going for somebody help. You know, like you said, this team does take things slower, and if they get stalled, it feels like they can get really stalled. They will try to pick up the pace here. Sunny gonna jump up on the playground with the help of Biffle with this defensive banner. Yep, he's gonna do a lot of work here. Mountain though getting a kill onto Figsy, dominating the enemy pyro. These pyros do not like the snipers right now. Banner gonna wear off in short order, and now looks like somebody help will get a chance to walk back up this hill.
Noted she got headshot during the battalion. I'm not sure if she was just out of the range or already hurt enough. But the 150 kill, but Pyro gonna find another kill. Constantly not the highest value.
Biffle flanking onto Scouty. 1 HP on that sniper. Biffle gets shotgun. Pickles puts him down.
Yeah, felt like there's a lot of good aggression here, but just doesn't result in anything. But Mountain finding Ray. There is the result you need. That is med down, no heal.
96% as well.
Defense. Yep, that one's gonna sting. And now it's just a matter of time. It feels like Scouty playing wide here to try to get any picks. Micah getting zoned off, so can't go in for anything right away.
Go for it! Oh, he almost hit the drop again. It was a field pop. They heard it called Spy Food immediately pop, but it's okay. They had the Uber ad, so they're just going to walk forward, get the sentry gun, and get this point capped up. Banner is out for the defense once again.
Still hasn't healed anyone. That could have been a slight ad for Ray. Ray went 7 seconds after spawning no one to heal. So, gonna be, again, a 10% ad for Fleeble. I doubt they know that. Unless it gets called, but they have a ton of momentum coming through, and here Mountain finds the kill onto Scouty. No sniper means that I think second is gonna be, you know, almost a formality at this point.
Cart has a long way to go.
Huge bar, Sonny.
One rocket, tries to find another, does a lot of damage, but no kills. Oh, that's so sad for Sunny. Mountain, Country Toad dead. Pajaro hits a 3K.
That's what a cleanup coming in from Pajaro. Finds more than enough kills, including the one on the med. Gonna neutralize that Uber out. I said second was a formality. That is not gonna be the case. Sunny not able to find Ray on that bomb, and now, you know, full ad, it looks like, for Squirtyay, and they're set up on hill. Already 4 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, 4 minutes off the clock already is big right now for this defense from Squirtyay. We'll have to see what helps responses. They're trying to dry walk up the hill, but Caboose just gets shredded immediately. Biffle's got to go back for some HP. We'll see if any playmakers can go. Spy going for the play, but seen immediately. Will escape for now, but Micah not able to get a pick just yet, and Sunny dead already, so gonna have to be another attempt from somebody help. They're already at 65%. Gonna keep dry walking up here. Haro is calling this, and Biffle holding some space, but will get chased off by this heavy. Micah dead.
Yep. Pickle's gonna go down as well as the Uber comes out right here.
They can live.
But gonna be able to make it.
One rocket, 1 HP. Fleeble the surf.
Yep, gonna kite all the way out. Looks like she will live.
Haro's looking. Oh, the snipe, Scouty.
Wow, coming all the way in from hill, 95%. That is such a long angle. Fleeble hung around instead of going right back to resup. Wanted to get that Uber, but it means she's vulnerable to the tiniest of crack shots. And, you know, we did. I wasn't giving them a lot of credit to hold this, but Squirtyay now already 5 minutes off, still have Uber at, and they're nowhere closer to getting second than they were 3 minutes ago.
Micah has a really good angle here. Sniper pick. Med pick. He doesn't get it. Scouty is dead, though. Biffle hits the cross-map ball. And with all these picks, there should be somebody help finally taking space on this hill. Dirk, Hira both dead as well. So we will see probably the second cap coming in. But Ray is on 75%. They might decide with this level 3 to just pop out and defend onto second, which I'd be a fan of if they decided to do. They're going to drop down, take out this gun, just existed to stall. Do they think they got enough time out of it? Do they think 6.5 is enough? And it looks like, yes, they are backing out all the way.
Yep, as we come into the second pause of the match right here. I mean, that was about 5.5 minutes through second, which is 2 minutes longer than it took Squirty to push the same point. So it puts the pressure on them, because if they match them through third and last now, it's gonna be a win for Squirty. They're at slight 30% Uber disad here as well, as this cap's gonna come in. Dolphin, do we have a reason for the pause?
No report yet from Dolphin. Tack pause? 90 seconds. That doesn't make sense. That'd be a mid-round
I
tack.
think
Okay, well...
I don't know, you could see it could very easily have just been someone's med drops, and then you call a tack pause, and how are we gonna, go the rest of this half? I'm for it. I think we need more tack pauses in this game.
I think we need to establish... I wanted this last season, but we should just have the league establish actual pause rules, so there's actual precedent for when you're allowed to pause and for how long. But as long as there's none of that, then teams, sure, feel free to abuse the tax when you want, however much you want it. So that's what they're gonna do. And if it is attack by Squirtyay, which is what we're hearing, American apparently relayed that information to Dolphin, something must happen in the next 90 seconds that Squirtyay is like, alright guys, we need to regroup here and go for a real play or a real hold, because the round is slipping. So my guess is that
it was Squirty that called it?
that's what Dolphin said.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I must have missed that then. Yeah. Okay. Probably lose third in 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Would be
that's
the
the one
guess.
thing I can think of. Yeah.
Now, granted, we just saw somebody help hold last for 6 minutes, so it is evidently possible. But
yeah, definitely doable. So I think that if that is the case here, and we do see somebody help make a really good push, a lot of things have to happen. First of all, Ray's on 95%, right? Because they chose to back out instead of trying to recontest through tracks. So the idea is you get Uber ad and you just hold for free on third for one push, because you think you can stall more on third. Something has to happen to Ray in the next 90 seconds, so I'm going to keep my eye on that.
yeah, I mean, no one's in position right now, but 90 seconds is quite a long time. It's enough for 2 or 3 spy cycles to come in. So easily possible for something to go wrong here if it does. Alternatively, maybe it's just they're still defending third, and that maybe 90 seconds from now there's a point where they can choose to like stay in or go out. No actual disaster, but just don't want to risk dropping halves when you don't have to. So want to put all the effort into it. Pajaro very close on second, almost got himself bumped right there, as Mountain's gonna start pushing up tracks. Get an angle in on third. A bit more of a forward hold on third, I think, than what we've been used to seeing from teams. Micah gets himself caught, so won't be a spy happening. As wow, tons of frags coming in, all at different doses.
Oh my god, Power missed the stab onto Fleeble. He had a chance to get a pretty easy med pick, but the movement was just too hard for him to track.
Yeah, but I mean, I think both meds should have Uber right now, so Blue just waiting to get their players back in. Likely going to see an exchange happen soon.
Yeah, somebody help kind of walk some players up the cart path. Country Toe looking to take some sticky exchange through main. Mountain gonna look for a peek up through this angle. Any entry pick would be huge, but it's just gonna go back towards the cart. Cart gonna be moving up that first big ramp onto third, as the rest of the combo looks like they want to move up. Fixie stabbed already.
Huge
No one can
stab on
airblast.
Pyro here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can just walk right up here.
Yeah,
They're gonna lead on American.
Contested.
Great heads-up play right there. They're just getting stuff. No ability to deny this player at all, but American gets dropped. Fleeble gonna back out onto tracks. Pajaro on cart. Not gonna find anything. There's Micah coming in this time. Think we can see what's the ingredients leading up to this tack pause coming in shortly. Biffle's getting the cart up third.
Oh my god, Country Toe, the lock and load fadeaway onto 2 targets, demolishes them on that back out. It's just the sentry gun left, and it's gonna drop as well. That's the third cap, 90 seconds.
Yeah, there was the tack pause we just saw, so they pretty much knew they were gone in third. Probably wanted to discuss how are we gonna hold last. Do we want to maybe try going into tiles, maybe try to extend it. Maybe it's kind of becoming an off meta thing because teams may not be used to pushing it anymore. Lots of things they could be talking about, but Country Toad not going to be doing much of anything for the next 10 seconds. Gets himself sniped in main.
Yep. All good for somebody help though. 4 minutes to push 1 point is pretty good. That said, you know, last is very holdable for that long, so we'll see if they have the ingredients for a successful round win here. They're gonna be charging up their Uber, waiting for that to get up. Mountain gonna be scoping out from tiles. She's been pretty good in this SVS throughout the entire game, even though Scouty's no easy opponent. So we'll see if she can find any more entries. The rest of the team gonna walk up through lower though. They have the Uber charge. Gonna try and get deep into the spawn. We never saw Squirtyay try to get this deep.
This.
Yeah.
Country Toad just at spawn. Fleeble now forced into the spawn staircase. Rockets coming in from upper from Dur. Fleeble will go down. More frags coming out in favor right now of Squirtyay. So the aggression, good to see, but not that effective, all things considered. No real kills coming in from Mountain up in tiles that entire time either, which is probably what you're banking on there.
And right now, up on this full Uber advantage, defense can just hold this. I like the dry pressure right now coming from somebody help here. They're just trying to walk in through main. They know that they're able to Uber this side. You want to force the defense to drop into the cart here, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. Kira dying. No Delman can spin, so they have to pop the Uber, but they lost so many. It's just Scouty and the Heavy here. Solar going to be able to jump out onto the cart to help clean things up, but Country Toad still here, still raining down damage. Gets an arrow as well from Fleeble, and they're just going to walk up to the spawn gate. Sentry gun goes down. Can anyone get on the cart for help?
Country Toad gonna do it himself. Dur though up in boxes, gonna get the black box healing, will go down eventually, but takes out Country Toad before he does. Still, that bought enough time for spawners to come in, and that said though,
there's a pyro. American can right click him.
American's so close. Fleeble not gonna find it either. Gonna die on cart. Dotwet in the lower spot. Sunny next up. Gets it closed, but will get launched.
Caboose, the big heavy man. He should take his fists out. There's a pyro though. Good arrow on the Figsy. Just gonna dive on the Figsy. That's a good play.
Straight to her. Dur. Oh, great shot by Mountain to take out Dur in heaven. That will get the trap in. 2.5 minutes remaining. You're looking at a 9:30 time, and somebody help gonna take the first half here. Maybe against our expectations.
Yeah, I'm impressed with somebody help. They came out way stronger than I thought they would. Okay, their defense was impressive all the way through. We mentioned it at the side swap, but it felt like it really was a team effort. On offense, first had a med drop on it, so like that's an outlier, like, you know, a negative outlier. Second was a bit rough to get started, but after that it was smooth sailing, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, they got third down really quickly, and I gotta check how many med kills Micah got.
I'm also gonna check the overall SVS. I believe it should
Micah
be close.
with 3 med kills, Ray 6 deaths, half of them to the spy. So felt like he was consistently in on things. I mean, I'm looking, and this is, if there was ever a game I was going to call that the losing team had more kills on a payload, it would have been this one. 130 to 119, not a huge difference, but it just felt like every single kill Help got, they were doing more with, and any of their deaths, they were mitigating a lot better than Squirtyay was.
SVS right now, Mountain is actually up 4-2 on Scouty. That is
Scouty more
very
kills
impressive
overall, but I mean, Sniper SVS is just so important. American has 8 deaths to Scouty.
American's 21 to 8 deaths to Scouty, yeah. I mean, American was doing pretty good. I mean, being on a chain death timer to the Sniper is just like, it comes to playing Highlander sometimes when you're on one of these classes that has to go out in the open, but honestly, somebody help. I'm just impressed all the way across. And I put a spotlight on 2 players in the lead up, Mountain and Biffle, and both of them played really well. Biffle, 23 kills. That's a bit more deaths than Emily would have had him, but like that's honestly an Emily level kill count for half of Upward where you win. So honestly, Biffle slotting in just fine here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the class comparison, and Biffle, you know, 5 more kills, 4 more deaths than Yate. Other than maybe a bit of a pyro diff, I'm not really seeing anyone on Help that I'd be like, yeah, they did better than their counterpart, and yet they won pretty convincingly, and that right there is exactly what coordination looks like.
Yeah, and you could say that's part of the advantage of having been a core for so long. Like, yeah, they trade, what is it, like 2 players out, Scout and Engineer are different this season? But that's still 7 players the same who've been playing together for seasons on end now at this point. So I'd hope coming into a new season on a stopwatch map that they'd be able to be good. And honestly, they're doing more than we thought they would. So props to them. And we're gonna see if they can keep doing that as the second half gets started here. They're looking for a 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Squirtyay, you came in, you know, I heard some people saying that they were expecting Squirtyay to beat Witness on product. So not only, so you go from maybe thinking, oh, maybe we're the 1 seed, to potentially looking at an 0-2.
Oh, maybe we're 0-2 with 1 match point going into week 3.
Yeah, which, you know, you can say, okay, you know, there's a couple of games here, there's a bye week and invite this season, there's a couple teams you know you're going to beat. But even so, right? I mean, you think about the bye week.
We're also going to beat those teams and get that bye week too.
I'd say you slot Witness in for as the 1 seed, right? Then you have 4 teams fighting for 3 playoff spots, is how I'm looking at it. I think you've got Froggy, Rib, Squirtyay, Help really fighting for those 3. Is what I'm looking at. I think MST and Real Friends are probably on the outside looking in right now, with bye week being, you know, the 8th team. So all of these games are immensely important. Even if you're Squirty and you know you probably have 3 wins in the bank, guess what? So does everyone else.
Yep. And that's where these match points come in so importantly. Even if you don't win this match, say that somebody help ends up being the 3rd seed coming in the season, you still need that match point to edge out the 4th seed. So we'll see if they can get something on the board here. Squirty do not want to start their season down in last place, so let's see what they can do. Scouty taking an off angle, immediate snipe onto Biffle, so no Scout gonna be able to run up and get space. Country Toad gonna be looking to spam some forward. Last time somebody helped did a delayed sack that they had time for because of their really good defense. This time Micah immediately went for a stab on the front side, not able to get through that one, so we'll either let him do a delayed sack.
Just got himself directed while invisible on roof. No med drops this time, and I can see Fleeble looking to walk out of spawn already. Dirt dead as well, so no one playing up on the cliffside. Uber coming out. Here's the exchange. Figsy doing a great job denying. That gun is untouched.
Figsy took 0 damage.
He got through.
Yeah, Figsy took 0 damage.
Oh no, they did use on defense. Bit of a late use though.
Yeah, they're gonna try and get some space with it. They gotta be careful not to get
Pickles
too
is
close.
dead.
Yeah, Pickles
Micah
dead.
just 1v1 the engineer.
Yeah, Sapper does get taken off though. Figsy running that home wrecker. I hate that weapon.
Is Micah on red tape? Is that where the gun's level 2?
I think he was. I did see it D level earlier, but I didn't point it out. It is going to be somebody help trying to take advantage of this play, go forward. They do get the kill onto Dogwit and Yate, and that should be enough to take all this space. It's going to be a get out of dodge moment for the side of Squirtyay, and it's a much worse first defense than they had last round.
Oh,
only a minute 16.
You don't drop the medic, that tends to happen. I mean,
yeah.
Somebody help.
Scouty is out of position.
Oh, great kill by Mountain. That just opens it up here. I mean, remember what happened last time? We thought they had it. Sunny went for a high bomb, wasn't able to connect onto Ray, and then Paharo coming in really helped clean up the rest of the team on Cliff right now. So you got to have that fresh in your mind if you're somebody help. Make sure you don't, you know, give the Spy a 3K, but otherwise things looking good for them here in second.
Mountain looking for this heavy pick. Any pick they can get here would be huge. Country Toad
uncontested
and lower.
Bridge, gonna try to find Yate here, crossing in, locking off the bridge there. Uber comes in, already built back up. He's gonna keep them forced even further back. They're gonna use him on the bridge side.
Look at American though. American jumping in there, getting so many air blasts off. This Uber is gonna get nothing. Yeah, the engineer's running out though. Engineer Scout hits schedule, trying to stop it. They just barely get on it. Can somebody help edge this out? Looks like the answer for now is no. Gonna have to back up. A sneeze would push that car over. Mountain gonna stick around.
But Scouty finds Fleeble backing up over hill. That's a huge kill right there. Gonna restore Uber ad in favor of Ray, but Micah cloaked in right now. Probably gonna decloak up on the playground. Gets discovered. Yeah, Card's got 5 seconds left. You know he wants to touch it.
Does he go for the sack?
He's forced to wrap around.
He doesn't want to sack his life for the top, looks like. So actually, he's going to go for decloak. We'll have to see. The rest of somebody help trying to regroup behind hill. A big banner right now going to come out for the defense. Dur holding that one in that upper platform area. Cart has now started to roll backwards. Banner popped out here. It takes a 1v1 caboose. Will end up winning thanks to that banner. Biffle, Mountain, all gonna die. So will Consta, Scouty rolling off some big headshots, and Banner gonna do tons of work here as they stay tanky. Sunny though trades back too. Yeah, Fleeble is dead. Ray up on 85%, so defense gonna be able to hold strong here. And that recontest, that minimal 1 second, quarter of a second cart denial there is gonna buy them so much time on the clock.
Micah didn't get a kill, was able to tap cards, so stop the rollback, but it's going back again in 3 seconds. No one near it. This is gonna go back to the bed. Micah's.
He's just getting spiked up by rockets. That is awful.
Know the crust.
I know that feel.
The crust here is exquisite.
I hate the spy class. Mountain, big entry on the Scouty, will buy some space for her team. The rest of the team gonna try to walk forward, but that level 2 denies so much space. Sunny gonna die, and now the Uber is out for the side of Squirty. They are gonna wrangle this team backwards. Pajaro in the back line, but Fleeble is out of dodge for now. Pajaro does get flamed. They do know of his presence.
Micah
So
getting card, keeping it around there, not able to get the kills, but keeping the objective closer. And this second hold, 2 halves in a row now from Squirty has looked pristine.
American low gonna have to get an arrow from
Who's just
Medic.
walking up with the fist, gets himself into side tunnel. The Uber comes out right now. Ray only on 50.
Great denials.
Oh my god, Country Toad levitated, gonna crater. Great Wrangler right there from Pickleson, another Demo Man. Kills going more in favor of Squirtyay, but Cart's close enough that it won't matter. Mountain, another SVS went onto Scout.
They full ace there for a second, including their medic who got revolvered in the back. Fleeble just dying to Pajaro there, but they got the cap, and honestly, that's what matters. When you get stuck in a rut, just moving forward is what feels good there. That said, 4:17 on the clock. That's the best time through 2 for defense that we've seen so far, I believe. Actually, no. Last round was better for Squirtyay, but they just put, like you said, they put up 2 good second defenses in a row. Third is where it came crumbling down, so we'll see if they have an answer this time.
Yeah, I mean, not letting your med when Pyro get picked here, probably going to be steps 1 and 2 to a successful third hold. Scouty already putting Biffle, huge bomb by Toad, coming in, not going to find any. Pickles was stabbed out, but Dixie on the homework are going to keep the gun alive. Only level 1, is that still a red tape? Can't see. Gun's level 1. It is Dolphins confirmed. Micah still on red tape here, which is an interesting theory. Maybe thinking that in a place like this, no one's going to damage the gun anyway, so at least you can stab the NG and lower its level rather than just fail
Micah
to do it outright.
has a decloak in behind here. If he hits a timing, he gets a drop. Pickles, though, does find it. That's great awareness by Pickles to spy check instead of just blindly leveling the gun. So they know Micah's presence, and they're going to check for him.
Pajaro gonna get caught out. Micah now all the way up in tiles.
Oh, the pit! Dirt!
Oh, yep. They're gonna get knocked in. Uber's come out here. Good denial coming in from Bigsy.
American
gonna get caught in.
Yeah.
He's trying to cause some chaos.
The spy's in, though.
He goes down.
Mountain gets one. They get Scouty, too. Micah, big hit there onto that defensive sniper, so the rest of the team gonna walk forward off the back of it. Kira is the player to watch here, trying to roll some spam onto this this offense, trying to walk up this hill. Kira versus Country Toad is big on this corner right now. Look at Figsy trying to do some damage, some air blast. Pajaro evens out the sniper decide. They're able to walk back out for the defense, but here's a bomb from Sunny, looking for 1 rocket, 2 rockets, 3. There we go. Pick onto Ray by Sunny.
Yeah, I thought Pajaro might have been able to save it with that stab onto Mountain, but may not be enough. Lock and load, Country Toad on the coaster, a demon just like last half. Consta, the hero, gets it up. Dotwet not going to be able to force him off. Card not yet capped, but decently far up the ramp.
It gets up the last hill, so it's not rolling back anymore.
Biffle just has to tap it. The call is to back out. No Alamo plays on the cart on third right now. Not even going to mess around with the tile fold. Squirty is in spawn.
Yep, and importantly, Fleeble up on 95%, so full ad basically for the side of somebody help. I mean, Cart does have to roll quite a distance for them to even get it into last, but they have a lot of time to make this play, and they should know about the Uber ad as well, so we'll see how aggressive they want to take this. We saw them run to the opponent's spawn last round, and if you're going to do that while they don't have Uber, it's definitely a good time to try, so they are going to get aggressive. Yeah, they're doing it again.
Saved from going into the pit. Dotwet just saved him from a pit death. They get all the way into backstairs. Americans up there. Where is Fleeble? He's going to back out, but they have tons of kills right here. Ray not dead.
Yeah, and a level 2 in main. It's doing so much work. It just pushes Dur and Dotwet to low ground. They can't fight this level 2 sentry gun.
No one on cart, though, is the big thing. Did Fleeble make it out? No, didn't go down. She got in really deep right there. But Micah's going to take out Dotwet. No heavy is huge. Not able to get into lower constant now. Respawning, getting back on cart. The gun's back up. Red players are respawning. That is an engineer getting gilded on the card. Pajaro gonna cloak pass. Gonna have to get a sap on this gun, I think.
Sunny, big bomb timing, doing so much damage, forces the Uber alone once again. Sunny does that on repeat all the time. It stays alive for now. Sunny is just in behind. He's doing so much more damage. Hits the sniper. Off high ground. It's a sniper pick now. And look at Caboose in the window, raining down damage. Will get picked. It's only 4 up to make it 5 for somebody help here. And they do get pushed back, but at least Fleeble now up on a 50% ad.
Yeah, Mountain in up or just getting hounded. Yates on his trail. They're on her trail. Can get him? No. The Mountain will escape. But we've seen these great plays, but upward last is just such a tough push to point to push. You get your soldier doing everything you need him to. And then there's just not enough bodies to get on the card.
Demo bomb.
Country Toad jumping in.
Sunny's there too. Sunny's dead. They don't even get the demo land pick that they wanted. Fleeble dead. Paharo 2K onto that cart. No one else can get on it. Caboose is supporting from the back, but they need more bodies on that cart. In the meantime, Sunny is trying to do some work. Will end up having to back up.
Oh, but there is Mountain popping up. She finds two. Paharo dead as well. Suddenly things are now back in the favor of somebody help. They're taken out from boxes. Soldiers
10-second spawn timers on half of Squirty here. They need to get anyone who they can apart. Sunny respawn onto the cart, is blocking that Uber in, and yeah, that's it. Sub 9 minutes. I mean, that's the best offense we've seen so far, right? So
yeah, 30 seconds faster than what they put up last half. So I mean, you know, you say add 2 minutes to any somebody help time, that's a 7-minute time, which is
that's pretty good.
Eminently pushable, but not something you feel super confident about given the way this match has gone.
Yeah, I mean, if you are Squirty, you have to keep in mind you just failed to push this time. You took 3 minutes longer than this time. Said you could last round, so they'll have to bring out some fixes from what happened last time. They did have a couple good points, but they just got stalled out super hard on third and last. So that'll be the ultimate test. You know, if they can keep up the momentum to the back half. Otherwise, they get O2'd.
Yeah. Yeah, really not something they were probably expecting coming into this match, but somebody help has really, I think, surpassed expectations here. Just put up such a solid wall of players here. I mean, granted, match isn't over yet, right? If all it takes is one good sack, Fleeble drops on first, and suddenly you're, you know, snowballing into third.
Yeah, and Square had the players that can make plays happen too. Paharo's been having a pretty good day, all things considered. Scouty's been popping off when, you know, gotten the chance to after Mountain's been winning the SVSs, but will be the gates dropping now for Squirtyay. 9 minutes to push this one and keep this match alive. I did see a cleaver flying over the top, not gonna end up hitting Mark, but we'll see them go forward. Was he? Yeah, he didn't disguise fast enough. I just watched the replay on Dolphins cam. Sack coming in from the side of Squirtyay, not gonna get through the front line, so these players are going to be on respawn timers.
Interested in these thoughts that Dur is better to good to sack on first here. Not sure why you wouldn't have the soldier going. It looked like he was just banning rockets from flying. Not my place to question, but interested that you're not at least sending a soldier in there. Paharo getting caught out crossing. It's really big. Telly's still alive. No gun sap going to come down for the time being. So you're sitting pretty comfortable right now if you're somebody help.
Yeah, and they still have these stickies on defense here. They will get dead. We'll take down Yates, so it's a solo Uber onto the dome.
Dogwood finds Mountain, though. That's going to be a huge kill onto the sniper there. Lots of pressure coming in from the flank, but Dogwood and Dur both going down. Great rotate by Caboose to look down. Yeah, Consta's dead, too, so good kills, but worth noting, Telly's still alive. American's going to go down, too. Scouty on the hill. Going to start putting the pressure in right now. Paharo getting behind.
Ooh, big headshot. They dropped their dome and they wanted to pop out, yeah, but the Scouty just denying that demo and
Yates
killing
just
Caboose.
Sitting behind the tunnel, but Paharo was waiting for it. The bodyguard gonna be enough. Paharo, can he get the last butter? No! Fleeble helps her own protection. Fleeble helps her own protection, picks up the kill, but in comes the soldier Dur, not able to find Fleeble either. She will make it back into spawn safely, but Uber ad still for Ray. That was not that great of a first hold, as Hill Presence fully in control right now of Squirtyay.
Yeah, we focus on the Paharo whiff there, but to be honest, it's perfectly fine. Paharo's a big distraction on the back out. The rest of the team got tons of kills on the front side.
Was working undisguised with his gun out, just got himself one tapped. But Scouty gonna find Biffle and American right there, yep.
Big damage from Dur. Does help get that gun down. Will lose his life for it, but at least they do get some key players out. Fleeble up on 70% now. They are all the way back to third. Yay, going for the chase. Skybox. We'll choose the pit. The honorable death. We'll choose the pit.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
You knew there was a crater or a pit death, and that one looks a lot better on cast. So big bomb coming in from Kira. Fleeble wasn't even aware of it, but not gonna land. The stickies kind of hard to line that one up over all those corners. So no harm, no foul right there. Fleeble now sitting on full Uber, 6 minutes on third, which is probably feel alright if you're Squirty here. You've really got it. It was what, 9 minutes? So you're at 2.5 through second for the most part, which is quite a good time, all things considered. But Mountain going to open up onto Scouty, continuing to win the FPS. Yep, and the double onto Yate. So they're going to be down bodies on the side of Squirty. Dotwet and Paharo going down next.
They got to be careful. They can get pushed here. Another headshot from Mountain. Mountain's been such a rock here this entire game.
He finds the kill onto the Pyro and gets out.
Catwalk control right now being held by Somebody Help. I really like this. They have their overhealed heavy and soldier kind of double teaming onto this catwalk. Scouty gets his revenge. You know, after 4 SPS losses in a row, finally gonna get that one onto Mountain. So with that, Squirty gonna be looking to try and get some space back. They will try and dislodge this catwalk.
He just sent so many people to get Caboose out there. That was like 6 people peeking him at the same time. And the Pyro there to reflect any stickies as well.
They're gonna Pyro. It's up to American now. Yeah, they will solo this Uber onto American on the defense. Will deny most of it. Yates stuck in behind. Gonna get flamed down by American in the back. Biffle is dead as well, so neither scout gonna be alive for this post. Banner coming out from Sunny here. That's gonna be big for this defensive recontest. They're trying to spam onto the carpet. Figsy with some good air blast will get up that first ramp.
Yep, now Pajaro and Pickles taking over on the cart right there as the walk up through choke is coming in. Dispenser goes down. Dotwet close
in the bucket fight. Bucket fight's popping and Dotwet wins it. That's huge.
Yeah, no Caboose is so big right here. Biffle gonna peek back out. Dotwit drops under to eat up. No, not gonna lose the heavy there. Gets back up
Gun
to full.
is 1 HP.
Still in good positioning. Yep, gonna be healed up by
heals up to
Consta.
full. Yep, Dotwet trying to recontest on this bucket that he won control of earlier, but low HP again, has to back up towards his medic. Cart stalled for now as the rest of the team is backing up, but there we go.
Consta
and Mountain both dead.
Yep, gonna find Consta. Mountain dead as well. I was gonna say the cart time was lacking a little bit. Still not up the second ramp, but they're down so many players here.
They want to Uber out, but they can't. Country Toe gets sniped. They have to just leave.
They used... No, they didn't use them right.
They wanted to, but the Dumbman got sniped. They couldn't.
Yeah, really big kill here. So, 4 minutes left on last, which in a vacuum you feel good about, but you do know that somebody just held them for 6 minutes on this. So.
They're so fast in this. They already have the lock and load taking down that gun. They have Scouty in the back stairs.
Durr's up again. They keep finding the gun, too. Constant not allowed to even get it to level 1. But Micah drops Ray. That must have been around Bucket or Spiral, exactly where that was.
As they're walking into Spiral.
That is exactly the type of momentum crasher you hate to have if you're Squirtyay here. You love to see if your help. Everyone's going to walk in right here. Try to find anything they can. You're going to call, realize that's not going to work too well right away.
Yeah, you're right. That drop just takes all the wind out of the sails for Squirtyay in 3.5 minutes. Again, it's a very doable time, but they've had a mental block on this point, and losing that Uber not going to help at all. They have to just wait for this Uber to charge. You just have to sit there right now for 30-40 seconds, let it bleed out, get your overheals out. We'll see what they can do as this timer takes into that 2-minute range.
Yep, Durr going to be the first one to try to get up through back stairs. Scouty now peeking in from main, not really seeing anyone. Everyone playing outside of that angle. Biffle peeking a little bit, but gonna not overcommit anywhere. Sunny backs up to spawn, probably gonna keep that banner charge he got. Kira finds the gun, Lock-and doing work in that regards, but Durr and Biffle both gonna go down 8v8 as Kira getting aggro into main.
HP.
Needs to be careful, still no Uber, and
Kira's
there Mountain with the peak wide, I think, gonna find the demo man. Ray coming up on Uber, but no demo to use it on. Just going to add even more time to this hold. Scouty, though, finding Sunny, taking the soldier out of the box is always
18-second spawn timer as well for Sunny. He's out of action for a long time, as now Uber had by Ray. Looks like they want to go up those back stairs. Or no, they're going to go main, actually. Biffle is dead already, so there's a 9v6 right now in favor of Squirtyay. Uber now out by Fleeble. They'll see if they can get out onto the cart, but it's just these big, heavy classes. Caboose taking a flash to do some damage there. Scouty still running down hell. American is dead once again. Make it another one. Caboose dead as well. Cart stack gonna come through. Sunny jumping onto it. Gets one. Can't get the second. And with the stack coming out, that's gonna be the capture over there for Squirtyay. Gonna tie us up.
Yep, 7-minute time coming through. It kind of returning to form here. Scouty really popping off at the end there. A little bit of a late starter, but Squirtyay appreciating that performance coming into the last. Just constantly 2 players down on the side of somebody help.
Yeah, and honestly, this is the kind of more to the tune of what I was expecting coming into the match, where it just feels like even though Somebody Help have a lot of good ideas, the playmakers on Square are just able to create space. We saw it with Scouty, we saw it with Kira, we saw it with Durr. They're just able to get the space and make the plays, and a lot of small things added up over and over. Like Dotwet winning the bucket fight initially, that puts them out of, that puts Somebody Help on the back foot on third. Sacks coming in, the headshot and backstab onto that engineer and sniper. It all culminates, and where they got stuck last round, they easily pushed through.
Yeah, agreed. Really able to just get in on last there. Keep their sniper alive. Scouty just delivers them all the kills they need. I think it's just too many people getting caught out there. Losing Durr up in boxes is such a big loss because it's another kind of direction of pressure. Really hard to get him out of there unless you headshot him. So finding that really great step. I mean, again, third, just... Oh, the snipe onto Country Toad, you could really feel it take a lot of wind out of their sails. I thought Micah's drop onto Ray may have brought it back, but looks like Squirtyay, whatever's happened since that first push, they've gotten a much better approach to pushing last.
Yeah, that approach is get kills this time.
Just have your sniper kill everyone, Forehead.
That's the best way to win Highlander. Ask any perennially winning invite Highlander team. Impressive performance from Darwin as well.
Maybe
15
not
kills.
Best. Yeah, but definitely showing up there. Yeah, looking here, Scouty 24 and 8 to Mountains 19 and 9. I mean, both of them had the same DPM. What was the SVS?
Let me check that.
Actually, 5-1 in favor of Mountain. But Scouty finding the one pick when it mattered, and tons of kills elsewhere. 6 on the Scout, 6 on the Pyro.
5-1 for Mountain is actually
4 on the Engineer. Just racking up bodies.
At that point, it's like different priorities for the snipers, because if Mountain has 19 kills and 5 of them are sniper kills, it's over, obviously, 25% of your kills coming on the enemy sniper. You are specifically looking for that SVS, whether that's like game plan or just like preference in the moment. And while that is helpful, Scouty just, with moments where he can rail off headshot after headshot, just buys his team the missing space.
Mountain had 3 kills on Spy, too, so you're looking at 11 kills on combat classes versus 23.
Yeah. At a certain point, just like, even if this SVS feels like it's going one-sided, just when the time that Scouty has... And the thing is, Scouty has less deaths overall, too. So despite 5 of his 8 deaths coming specifically in SVS, when your sniper is able to just only focus on sniping, right? Because... If your sniper's always getting flanked or backstabbed or shot by a scout or something, it feels like it's just way harder to stand in there and get those like kills, rack up the kill total that helps your team take space. But again, Scouty only 3 kills to non-sniper, or 3 deaths to non-sniper. So they're protecting him.
Yeah, no, good. And I mean, Micah feels like a lot of attention's on because of that med drop. Not the best half outside of that. 6 and 18, that was the only med kill, only got 1 sniper kill. You know, whereas Pajaro pretty much doubled his kills, plus good kills in really good classes. Lots of NG kills, lots of med kills, lots of sniper kills. You know, I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say those are defense NG kills, which I think he got at least 2 of those 3. But, you know, just really, really key pit kills coming in there. So, pit class difference was essentially neutralized, and it leads to Squirty, winning the half.
Yeah, and now we are all tied up at 1 apiece. Team's going to talk it over halftime because this win is worth essentially a 6 match point swing. No, it's a 3 match point swing because you go from 6 to 3 to 3 to 6. So 3 match points easily enough to turn the tides later in the season. You're going to want in a winnable game like this, you want to get as many points. You want to squeeze as many points as you can out of it. So team's definitely going to take their time for this. It's a very important round.
That said, as teams are taking their time, I think, Dolphin, are we good to take a quick break? We've been going for a while. Alright, so it looks like we will be taking a quick break. We'll see you back here in probably a minute or so. Stay tuned.
0. Okay. We're back. We're just laughing about something that you guys don't have to worry about off cam. But yeah, we're back with the third half. Squirty versus somebody help here. And it's tied at 1 apiece. Both teams have shown pretty solid performances across the board. They've had their moments. They've had their mistakes. Highlights and lowlights are both alike, and now it's winner take all in this last round. Who do you think is going to take it? I have no clue, honestly, at this point.
I'm going to stick to my guns. I said 2-1 Squirtyay, and I get to say that I'm right on cast if they win this half. I think the momentum's in their favor. I feel like it's... Once you figure out the secret to pushing last, it's a lot easier to replicate that. I felt that a lot of the kind of X factor that I saw from Help in that first half was not there in that second half. I mean, entirely possible they turn it around. I think my heart's leaning somebody Help here, but my head's saying Squirtyay. As is my ego.
I'm in a similar boat. I feel like while Help definitely is good enough to win these rounds, a lot of like what you're saying is ringing through, where it feels like a lot of what they won the first round with is stuff that isn't necessarily easily replicable. Things like a Spy finding a lot of good backup kills where Micah was able to have a lot of impact. Spy can have pop-off moments, but you know, if you get shut down in around 6 to 18, it feels like you're kind of figuring out a bit. You have to change things up. You have to find a new way to win. Of course, there's more than just Micah. You know, we saw a lot of different things happen. We saw Scouty get a lot less kills than other people. Granted, Mountain dominating SVS. I'll say dominating SVS. after a 5-1.
Zach, I want to direct you real quick to the predictions.
4-4. Yeah.
Think the votes might be rigged a little bit. I appreciate what's going on here.
I see a lot of 999s in there. I wonder how this is averaging. Is we weighing it?
Probably had a bunch of like normal times coming in the beginning, and then everyone started spamming the 99s.
I like Fish putting in the 0, so now we're trying to get it back down. As we're still waiting the teams ready up. This is a very long halftime, which I'm very glad we took a break. But yeah, teams, again, like I mentioned before the break, this is a very important round. It's a winnable match, it's a 3-match point swing. This is likely going to be a playoff race between these two teams for bubbles. So, you know, like I said, every point matters. You want to fight for them.
Yeah, I think if you're Squirtyay, I mean, you're already probably a little like, we dropped a half here. But if you're somebody help, you know, I don't know if they were necessarily a team that was, you would have said, is guaranteed playoffs. They're probably, you know, I'd say they're probably hovering more 3rd, 4, 5 than 2, 3. So if they win this match, I think you can be pretty confident that as long as they don't really throw anything else, you know, they did lose to Rib last week, but they took a round. You know, you figure they beat Squirty here, they probably move themselves from 4-5 range to 3-4, and that adds a lot of comfort. So you really want to make sure everything's in order, and that if there's somebody help, you can kind of refine what you had in that first round.
I want to point out the chat log I just went in the server. Michael Lele goes, half of your team has anime pictures. I pressed tab, I look, he's right. Pickles goes, because it's aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, mine is an anime, it's a video game. That looks like a mobile anime gacha game, which I don't think counts as an
honestly, that's worse. That's like being the nerd emoji.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess Micah has an anime profile picture, but that's Yummy Yugi, so I give that the exception.
I was looking through their profile pictures now. There's so many anime pictures on both teams. I say, as if you look in the bottom right corner of the cast, you will not see me being represented by an anime girl that I had put as my picture 6 years ago? Something like that.
I feel like it's probably more at this point.
More than, probably, 6 to 8.
Yeah, you're a...
We are old.
Yeah. Jack was ringing for the team that I'm subbing for, and he came in and I go, hey, Jack, it's the 10-year anniversary of our Gully Wash match back in season 14 of Gold in October.
That is
nice
horrifying
one,
to
Dolphin.
think
Nice
about.
one, Dolphin.
Dolphin, you stupid fuck. Okay, Dolphin, bring the Dolphin pointer up and just roll it across the screen. I don't care what you point at. There has to be something more entertaining than this.
See, look, Zach, you know, antisocial, weird, creepy weeaboo. Me?
Yeah, shift
Chad,
the camera over. Shift the camera
comfortable. There we go, the dolphin pointer. Me, you know, comfortable projecting my appearance to hundreds online. You know, I'm wealthy in the picture, as you can see by the money I'm holding. You know, just total opposites here. Yeah, Dolphin, can we get it on the money? Can we get it on the money? That's real Canadian funny money, I should add. It smells like maple syrup.
You know what's worse is that this picture's older than the one I'm using.
It probably is, yeah.
It is.
I still think I have that shirt.
You have the glasses, though. That's the question.
No, because those are eerie persons.
I gotta ask him if he has them.
I couldn't steal the Savage glasses from Erie. Like Lex stole his Mountain Dew hat. Not a thief.
Alright, Dolphin's giving us the heads up. You can stop looking at our ugly faces and anime faces. My face is ugly in real life too,
whoa! It's fucked up.
I was talking about the Dolphin, actually. I think it's hideous. But we have the Ready Up confirmed coming soon, so thank you all for waiting.
Thank you all for tolerating that. As yep, teams have readied up. Last time it will be... So we've seen what? The team that started on defense won. Both have so far.
Yes.
So that would put things in favor if the trend, if our trend line of 2 data points continues. That would put Health as the winner of this third half.
Yeah.
As always,
that's how stats goes.
I think you're better off starting on defense. Just knowing how much time you have tends to help offense more than defense. But yeah, Dolphin, can we get the pointer on some of those sticks? While we're still in setup time.
That's awful. He's gonna get it up there, get the camera on it, and they're gonna explode instantly. He's looking for him. He's looking.
They're on the hill. They're on the hill. There you go. Yep.
There you go. As you can see, these critical stickies are very threatening to anyone who walks on top of them.
Yeah, but putting them a little bit more forward, the horizontal knockback leads directly to the cliff face, as opposed to the wooden support structure.
As you can see, that one is directly in the open as a bait, as a diversion. Yep. Gates have dropped.
Boat team reference? Boat team reference?
God, why are we so autistic? Okay, gets a drop. Paharo gets piped while invisible. I'm pretty sure Spy has gibbed out of blue spawn every round. Hero goes for the bomb onto the playground, but immediately dies. Mountain does hit a headshot, but Sack unsuccessful so far, only Biffle dead.
They will find the kill onto Biffle, but scout kill on defense, not really anything you think you can push off of. Ray still pretty deep into spawn. As just gonna be Dawa getting the card up on the fists, no man, which disappointing. I like Caboose here, knows he's got the ammo pack up on playground, just spraying flank constantly, making sure Paharo cannot cross. And there goes Kira. No demo.
Yep, they don't pop really enough. It's a duo into the Pyro and Scout, and that doesn't get very much damage, as you can imagine. Counter out right now for the defense. No one is harmed in the making of that Uber for the side of somebody help, and they just get to herd this offense all the way back into their spawn gates.
Yep, and actually, Ray not building too well on the back out. You know, that was almost
less players.
Milk, and Fleeble only down 6-7% right now. So maybe watch for Ray to build quickly here. Paharo finds a kill onto Constant. That's a big one. Gun is dead.
Oh, they're losing everybody.
Sunny next. The banner, it does nothing. Kira finds two. They're going to go down, but Caboose going to be the decoy here as everyone else backs out. Him soaking up the aggression. Just when things looked like they were going well, just collapses, and Gowdy miles ahead of the rest of his team, holding downhill for the rest of them.
Well, didn't scout ahead though. Kira takes the brunt of that one.
Yeah, they were both snipers, both just missing each other. Mountain peaks for a half second. They see each other, know where they are. But no demo is going to stall that push. So good on Mountain to find that pick.
SBS is about to pop off here. This is going to be a huge one to see who can get control of this hill. Scouty going to hit the S key, though, opting to back up for now as the defense looking to retake some control. They're going to go walk up to the side tunnel, but they get shredded absolutely by Dogwet and Co. Paharo hits a 2K onto Constant and Fleeble, taking down the gun as well. Massive play by Paharo. That's going to crack this second point wide open.
Yep, answering back, not letting Micah be the only one with the med drops this game. Mom said it's my turn on the logs, and that's going to be Sunny backing up alone right here. Micah in behind. Maybe gonna have to see if there's any salvage that can be done here, but they seem to know he's back there. Ray not in a vulnerable position at all. Just gonna wait, call whatever he can. But I mean, 2:33 seconds, that's exactly what we saw last half, really.
Yeah, so about that first defensive team winning every round, I think the statistics lied to us, because this one's looking fantastic for Squirty on the offense.
Just hold last again for 7 minutes.
Let's see if they can. Scouty feeling confident right now to walk up and take some space into Mountain. They aren't in an SBS fight right now, but it's going to be Scouty looking for it soon. Mountain, though, finding a good pick onto Dur. Scouty forced to back up for now. Paharo is in behind here, looking for a fight onto the NG. They are aware of his presence in behind.
Biffle wins the 1v1 in lower against Dotwet. Going to get the pack, too, and escape. No heavy in shithouse to you know, pester the defense here. Dotwet knows he got 1v1. Uber comes through right here, not even popped out yet. Use in now as it's already fading. Big Z likely going to be going down. Micah not able to find anything in the back line. And Caboose actually getting caught out a little bit too aggressive in bucket there as the Uber ends. That could be an opening to repush here. American going to be next. Scouty on a 5 streak. Don't think he's died this round yet.
Yep, and they're going to get another kill. Paharo gets the stab onto Fleeble. Biffledang as well. Scouty on a 6K. Somebody help is just dropping like flies here. They're going to lose almost everybody important here. There's just a level 3 sentry gun and now a dead sniper. They have to leave. They have nothing left on this third point.
Yep, Squirtyay, it seems like we're just taking a little bit to warm that engine up. It's still cold outside. You know, got to sit in the car, warm it up a little bit. They have been on fire ever since their offense in that second half. Gonna have a nice little taunt on Isyay. Gonna cap that 4:07 through third. A blazing time, all things considered. And now we see the last hold coming in at spawn. They're gonna need, you know, a repeat of that first half to really get themselves back into this half.
Yeah, right now though we already see Pahara with this Enforcer shooting at the gun. Scouty scoped up. Main will end up just retreating to his team for now. Gonna go underneath actually into those back stairs. So a lot of threat right now is about to come onto the Somebody Help defense. We'll see if they can deal with it. Enforcer once again pounding onto this gun with the help of the Uber. Gonna take it down immediately. Uber gonna end in main here. Not too many players taking much damage. They're gonna go low ground. Bomb up from the Soldier. Not gonna make it all the way up top. Biffle will go down as will Dur.
Yeah. Just already kills coming in for the defense, which is what you need to see right here. Level 1 gonna pick up the kills. You know, Pahara, oh, the depth.
Achievement!
Caboose getting achieved. We see him get them pretty consistently. I'm not sure if he's gotten Heavy Milestone 3 yet. I know we saw him get 2 last season. But, finds the spy right there. And, ooh, Mountain. There she goes, winning the SBS onto Scouty. Scouty was the major reason, I'd say, they capped the last as quickly as they did last time. Yates sitting it up or just broke his Rap Assassin on Pahara. And runs away.
Micah trying to sneak through the front lines to get in behind. He does make it successfully. You'll see what he can do. In the meantime, the rest of the combo for the side of Somebody or Squirty are trying to walk up these back stairs. 100% Uber now up for Ray.
Yep, he's gonna even out that ad with a gun, hit down low, and will go dead. The lock and load Enforcer just too much. But
Hero's dead.
Hero sniped out, as is Scouty. Mountain really coming back in right when her team needs her. Pahara up in boxes, I think, getting chipped a little bit. So even with that Uber, once again, Ray not able to do anything. Another shot onto Yate. Keeps the picks coming. That is the secret. Scouty peeking up from front stairs area. Not going to find anything. Backs out, will rotate around. Pickles has a level 1 up in a little bit more passive.
Attempt number 2.
You see
We're
sometimes.
walking up back stairs. Mountain's looking at it. What's going to happen? Sunny gonna eat a backstab. They're gonna Uber through lower. They don't even want to risk the silent. They're gonna Uber onto the cart, but Mountain another SPS win. Making another one onto Pickles. Mountain standing as tall as her namesake. In the meantime, bomb in from Dur will immediately get shredded by this minigun, and the defense is still holding strong. 7 from Mountain in a row.
Yep,
Another headshot I heard.
Somebody help getting their mojo back right here. Biffle bleeding out to the toys is the only death in that whole exchange. Gonna be still slight ad for Fleeble as well. And I mean, Mountain right now putting the team on her back. They're peeking in from main. Mountain gonna be forced back. Scouty finds one onto American. They're both very familiar with that turn of events. But Dur gets revolvered out by Micah in upper. No more rocket spam onto the gun. But the lock and load Enforcer once again too much to handle. Micah dropping down. Harry Potter gonna get that DR pop. But Yate dead in main. Ray on 80%, slightly building faster than Fleeble now. Mountain, however, still alive, going for shots. Takes a body shot, but will not go down.
Uber coming out now for Squirtyay, trying to get some damage onto these players up top. Uber in return by Fleeble, trying to keep these players healthy.
Here.
Yeah, Sunny gonna die as will Pahara. Both teams up at 8 players. Figsy is dead to that scout as well. A lot of damage onto the cart. Is the entirety of Squirtyay gonna drop onto it. Dur just shredded immediately on his bomb. The damage raining in from Country Toad, and the cleanup from Micah will keep this cart nice and squeaky clean.
Yep. Dot Wet has lived quite a long time there and will get out, but the rest of his team dies around him, nowhere to be found. So, cart at the base of the ramp right here. Figure we've been here 3 minutes so far? Puts us at around a 7, maybe 8-minute time. Scouty gonna go down. Sunny finds the sniper pick. Yeah, I'll do that on med. That's about as best you can trade for as the defensive soldier right there. Kira coming in with the gun, but Mountain takes him out. The reflected spam with only the Enforcer now, I think. Even then, not
finally
even
Scouty gets revenge.
Yep, Scouty finds it. Pahara went down. So the gun, I think, got pulled back. Will stay alive and get rebuilt. Gives a little bit more of a leeway for Mountain to respawn.
Fleeble's up on Uber though, has a 20% advantage from the building over on range. Scouty's dead to a cross-map detonator. That's a huge snipe from American coming through. As now the rest of the team trying to sack onto the cart here. If you are Somebody or Squirtyay, they are dropping down onto the cart. Pyro Figsy nearly getting some pit kills, but just dies instead. Luckily for Squirtyay, they do get Ray out alive, and now full Uber ad. This is their best chance so far.
Yeah, no full ad here, as you said, best chance. We're probably pushing 8, now almost 9 minutes, I would think, on this last load. So they really want to do something with this, because otherwise the timer starts to get into the realm where you start getting really uncomfortable. But Mountain fighting down with Pahara dead, so no Enforcer on the gun. Uber comes out underneath by the spawn right here. Fixie's trying to push backstairs again. Likely they will get the kill
doing so much
Biffle.
work.
But oh, the gun, yep, no spy. Makes it so hard to go in on that there. As Yate, Figsy, Pickles all going down, Sunny going to be the only kill that the offense gets. And oh man, Micah gets caught out now, but Dur will even go down for it, and there's just no opening for Squirty.
Biffle just runs in the backside, takes down both pit classes, trying to get angles onto the sniper. It's just so much domination from everybody on help right now. Mountain's going off, the flank is controlling up top, the combo classes are raining down hell. Everyone is doing their part to make this defense really truly an Alamo hole.
Yeah, I mean, well, the Alamo, didn't they die for it? That's maybe not.
Yeah, but after they held off the army for weeks on end, which is probably what's going to happen here.
4 minutes left. I think they've been holding it for longer than they have left to go at this point. You're probably over 10. I would think at this point, Country Toad sitting pretty up on these boxes in the pub spot. He's right behind him.
Pickles does have a level 3 gun on tracks, which could be big in a post, but we've seen that the defense hasn't even had to drop down to cart that desperately yet, so that has to be step 1 for Squirty, and they are going to pop this from Harry Potter. But they're already down 3.
Yeah, they do find American and Sunny, though, so that's big, but the Zuber's already
They can't do anything.
Gone.
Yeah.
At this point, Fleeble's just flashing as many people as she can to burn the Uber faster to start building because they are gone. Micah gets caught out in upper.
Big kill from Dalwet.
And the gun, though.
Dalwet flanks under and takes Caboose down, and with that level 3 gun catching Biffle off guard, this is the chance for Squirty. They're sacking onto this card. It has to be Sunny. Sunny goes in, does some damage, takes down the Pyro, but Dalwet is the force they have to deal with. 1 HP Arrow save him. And it will be the eventual cap. 10:46, nearly 11 minutes, and they just barely get it. If that arrow doesn't hit the heavy, that rolls back down, and they're taking even longer.
Yeah, I mean, even so, we see the 6-minute last hold come out again. This is slower than both of Somebody Help's offenses we've seen so far, so definitely, I think a lot of you in chat were pretty far off on your prediction here by, 10:46, not the best time, but you're still 20 minutes
You know what's
off.
bad when the 5th closest is a minute and a half away?
Yeah, Dolphin, can we get the furthest time prediction by any chance?
One of the many 999s. We'll have to flood the screen with it, but yeah, that's going to be a very, very pushable time for Somebody Help. They're probably feeling great about what they did. Like you said, this time, they pushed this time both times, both offenses so far, so if you're going to have confidence, this is the time to use it. It has to be some big plays coming out of Squirtyay here. We need to see their key players step up. Pajaro scouting to have great games. We need to see Dur getting in there, getting the damage done. And we need to see Kira able to actually just consistently pump damage in. Because I feel like Country Toad has had more of those prominent moments this game.
Need to see Scouty go back on to whatever he was on at the end of that second half.
We also need to see Pajaro get rocketed while invisible on this roof again. That'd be really funny.
that was such an underrated kill. It just came out of nowhere.
Country Toad taking a 1 HP. He can't do his sack. Needs to go back and get a resup. So delayed exit here for Somebody Help, but like we've said over and over, they're fine with taking their time. They know what they can do and they know how they should do it. So gonna get healed up. Sunny gonna jump forward. Country Toad here. Scouty immediate kill onto Mountain. That's starting off things well.
What you want to see, not letting the offensive sniper get any room to work things. Not had a really big pick onto Ray, pushing in one of the previous halves too. Scouty gotta find another
There's a sack.
That's the going in. Yep, here comes the sacks. Country Toad
Country Toad lands on Ray's head and hits that pipe. That 120 damage pipe is too hard to live through, and that's the drop. That one's gonna be a backbreaker for Squirtyay.
Yeah, that is. I mean, you think about how the momentum's gone. You had such a fast time through 4. You just absolutely stonewalled on last, and now your med just gets styled on first. Things are not looking great for them. Granted, Ray's still back in. Fleeble just now leaving spawn, so not, an immediate collapse. The Uber's going to come out here. You have to imagine they're just going to try to leave with this. Ray looking to back out, but there's a spy.
The spy's in on Ray.
Michael lived for way too long. Ray's going to have to
Biffle's in the flank.
This is
Biffle has a flank. Biffle has a flank. He's looking for the scattergun shots. The gun is wrangled. Biffle, he's whipping. Biffle can't get the shot. 1 HP on Ray.
Down to 3 HP. This gun staying alive for so long. It's a Wrangler fight. Looks like the defense is going to win that. The full ad, not enough. Scouting picks up another kill onto Mountain. And somehow Ray is still alive.
Ray's been on sub 30 HP for the past 20 seconds. Finally, we'll get some natural regen from that medic. They're trying to keep going here. They have spawn advantage for Somebody Help, and they will finally force this defense to back up. But Ray trying to back out. Half HP once again. Who can bomb? Sunny going for a follow-up, but doesn't make it over. Biffle tries to go again, but gets shut down by the heavy. And there's the banner to keep Ray safe, and Ray has Uber.
Yep, I mean, 2 minutes off first, about as well as you can hope for this banner. Maybe not going to be the biggest amount of value. But Scouty, another onto Mountain, now pulling out a Dom. Exactly what you need to see from Squirtyay Sniper here.
They're
they
so
want
aggressive
to hold
here.
This time.
They know that.
There's no sniper.
Spy! Paharo going for the revolver shots. One more. Can't get it.
Said Spy, I look for Micah.
Well, there's Micah. Go to Spray. He does force the Uber.
Yeah, about as good as you can get outside of a drop. Gonna be exchanged back out, and ooh, Dotwit gonna get discovered in tunnel. You want to play that a little bit more passive. Hill control gonna have to be seeded here, but we've seen Squirty no strangers to recontesting seconds so far. So this point is by no means over.
Scouty's watching the cross here, gets off it just as they cross in front to go track side. They're really close on tracks because that Country Toad does a lot of spam. He's got to be careful about the sniper sight line, but we'll get to safety for now. But Cart's already through. The recontest was way too slow. Now Scouty's dead. They're going to lose more players as well. Yate, not long for this world, will get burned out, and the back out is way too late, way too uncontested right now. They will get some key players out. Their engineer can build their gun, but, you know, that second recontest just was on the cards.
Oh yeah, Paharo gonna stab Sunny. So losing your sniper hurts you, but there's so much cart time that realistically I don't think there's anything they can do to snowball off of it. Scouty just now spawning back.
Watch the Spy.
Gonna come in.
It's
Oh my god, big stag onto Dotwit. Gonna escape too.
Yep.
That is big. They'll know he's back there, but no heavy and bucket means that this could be a walk angle. But Scouty again onto Mountain. I think that's 4 or 5 on this round alone.
Lit on fire, has to look up for now. Biffle
Ooh,
is fighting
Lucky
Yate.
Pipe just hit Ray. That's going to force her back a little bit.
Yeah, and Yate wins that 1v1 on the side, so no Scout able to 2x this. It just has to be solo engineer pushing this card up. Here comes the Uber in from both sides. American, good air blast to put that demo in back, but no one dying in the exchange. Here comes Micah in the back line, gets air blasted for his trouble. Not able to find thing. Fleeble gets pushed into the Sentry Gun's line of sight and killed.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting card time, but that's going to get stopped real quickly. Consta forced off of it. Paharo gonna get the high quality dispenser pick right there. As Biffle just the absolute Hail Mary. I think they're supposed to be
they're gonna keep sacking
Micah, but a little bit
Sentry
late.
Gun is on
Sonny, goodbye.
The Pickle Sentry Gun is on a 5K right now, by the way.
Sonny's ragdoll just landed somewhere where most ragdolls fear to tread. And Scouty, the eating up. 5-0 in the SBS, gets a kill onto Fleeble right there. Gonna keep this third going even longer.
Gets into the C-Shack though. He doesn't get air blasted off the edge, so he's a big threat round they have to be aware of. He's gonna make a lot of space.
The second ramp.
Mountain killing to Paharo. They're gonna be able to get some space here, but Scouty's still a force to be reckoned with. Takes that Scout off the cart, and they can't push it anymore. Micah looking for his pick, but they are aware of his presence, so nothing doing for now. Full Uber for Ray. Fleeble has to charge from 25%.
I thought Biffle was in last, but that's just the spectator HUD being a little weird. No, I mean, they have card at the bottom of the third round, 5.5 minutes left, so this is still easily pushable. Kira hit up very hurt in bucket, but no one's close to defend this card. Biffle, though, is not going to
Ubered in. They're trying to collapse in, but Fleeble's already gone.
Oh my god, Kira! Gravity cannon off the cliff. Constant gets that, but I think it's really American who's going to get that. Devo be gone. Says American. That's one way to get.
They got Pickles. Gun's dead.
Yep, and
Ray's dead. Micah finds his moment. He was getting hunted for so long, but that med pick is the crucial one that's going to let his team push this in.
Oh, and that's that. Oh, I'm seeing Mountain in chat. That might have been a headshot while Uber that sent Kira off the map. And I mean, Ray now still dead. Fleeble didn't even have to use there. That was a drive. 5 minutes to push into last full Uber. Things are about as good as you get. The banner just got popped. I'm not sure for what.
Yeah.
Micah up top finds Kira.
And the
got
gun.
Past the dispenser block was not good. So no demo. The Uber's going to come in right here. The gun's dead. Dotwet's hidden in upper. Sunny didn't even notice. They didn't
They're in the spawn shutter. They're in the spawn shutter now. Country Toad has all these players around him, but Fleeble's all alone. Gonna get WM1 by Figsy, a bit separated from the rest of her team, but they have the kills, they have the damage, they have the space, and they have the capture. That one's gonna go in with plenty of time to spare, and somebody help taking the 2-1 upset victory over Squirtyay.
Yeah, I thought they were cooked after that second half, but they hit last, and that was exactly what they needed. They found their groove, and that was an even more masterful performance in the first half.
Yeah, Sunny's just a second half well type team. 4 minutes 14 left on the clock. Ooh, so that overall, that was what, a 10:40 defense?
10:40, so 7.5.
Yeah, 7.5 minutes.
Six and a half.
Wait, yes, it was 6. Because 10:45 minus 4:15. Yeah, that's 10:30. That's 6:30. Jesus, that's the fastest I've ever seen somebody help push upward.
Pretty sure, yeah, that's definitely up there. And man, that if you're somebody help, you have to be ecstatic about that. Your season outlook has gotten so much better. Because you're facing Rib, and you know you're fighting with them for a playoff spot. So every loss against a potential playoff team really stings, because not only are you losing ground, but you're gaining ground, and they're able to just do that right back on Squirtyay. And if you're Squirtyay now, you got to be a little concerned here, because you're already 0-2. You know, you said, okay, you get 3 wins off of certain teams, right? But you got to beat one of these other, you know, potential playoff teams. You have Rib left, who just beat Help, who, you know, you lost to. Map types are different. You know, transitive property doesn't always work like that, but Rib's not to be, you know, kind of trifled with. And then that puts them with Froggyland, who, you know, not
another top 3 contender,
sure,
yeah.
Yeah, not 100% sure where they rank, but that's not going to be an easy match. I think if I was looking in, I'd say this is the match you wanted to win. But losing that, it suddenly puts Help in a, you know, playoff contending position. And, you know, maybe Squirtyay does win out the rest against their other 2 teams, but it pushes someone else out.
Yeah, it's not panic button yet for Squirty, but you're getting awful close, right? If another one of these like bubble matches goes either close loss or close win, and you keep bleeding these points, things can get very dangerous for you down the stretch. So, yeah, Squirty definitely not happy with their 0-2 start to the season, especially only being on 4 match points total. Somebody help, though, like you said, their season outlook is looking pretty good for a playoff appearance.
Yeah, and even if you get in, you know, if you're Squirtyay, chances of you getting second seed at this point, I'd say are slim.
Yeah.
Not impossible, but slim, and you probably need help from other teams.
Yeah, you need help.
So at this point, you guys either you get third, which is the preferable option, or you end up getting 4th seed, and you may have to face Witness Gaming in round 1, which probably not the enviable position here.
Yeah, and you know, logs up on your screen. The main things I want to kind of take away, besides the whole like match point discussion, which is always important, of course, but the main question marks I had coming into this match were how Biffle could stack up to Emily as the scout replacement, and how Mount would be able to do against probably like the hottest sniper up-and-comer in Invite. And both those questions were answered in rousing success for Somebody Help. So I'd say, yes, the match points look good, but the team looks just as good, honestly.
Yeah. I'm interested in Somebody Help now, because I'm wondering, you know, I feel like with Emily being, you know, such a force on Scout, they started to kind of beat the stopwatch allegations, but I'm not, you know, maybe we see them transition into more of a stopwatch team. Maybe Rib is just that good, and they're looking like the second seed. You know, it's hard to tell, because you know we're not scrimming teams anymore, but it definitely puts up a lot of questions, because I'd say Rib probably looks like your go-to second seed now, unless they end up losing to anyone. Somebody Help easily establishing themselves as a threat on payload. We'll have to see how their cough.
Yeah, we haven't even seen Froggy left.
Turns out
we haven't even seen Froggy yet on cast. Who knows how good they'd be?
Yeah, so season's getting spicy. I mean, I think, you know, like in past seasons, our 1 seed maybe not too much competition. I mean, granted, you know, Rib maybe Rib's the one who steps up to Witness Gaming. You know, it's still a lot. I'm excited. I was a little concerned going into the season, but I think it's going to turn out to be a good one.
Yep, and with that, it's getting pretty late here. You know, 45 minutes away from a Tuesday Highlander in the regular season isn't too common. When you go 3 rounds on a stopwatch and the teams take forever to talk over the half times, but yeah, I mean, overall, well-deserved win for Somebody Help. Definitely a good start to their season. Squirty going to have to pick things up from here if they want to be able to compete later on, but yeah, that's how things shook out here.
Yep, I think, though, we're going to look to wrap it up here. No need to keep things going too long for a Week 2 match, but really good performance from Somebody Help. I think this really just threw a spanner into the any potential preseason rankings that anyone might have had. So we will definitely be back next week. I'm trying to see, what match do we want? I feel like there was a go-to.
Dolphin, we got 6s this week? Thursday 6s, so stay tuned for that. We'll likely get Jarrett and Space Ghost, or a filler if needed, but you guys can look forward to that later this week again on Thursday.
Ooh, next week has Rib Squirtyay on Prude or Froggy Witness.
That's hard. I feel like Rib Squirtyay on paper is closer, but at the same time, that's the 3rd week in a row Squirtyay cast. That said, it would probably be the last Squirtyay cast until playoffs.
Let me take a look. Yeah,
So maybe we follow the Squirtyay story.
Yeah, week 4 is definitely going to be Rib Witness. That's what I'm looking forward to. Week 6, week 6 looking like Froggy versus Squirtyay.
Squirty is gonna end up being the team that gets casted 4
There's
out of
always
7 regular
every
season
season
weeks.
has a main character, Zach.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, then week 6 is Froggy versus somebody help. With the bye week, it makes it a lot easier to determine the matches. There's only 3 of them.
Yeah,
And then, week 7 has Rib Froggy and Witness somebody help.
we'll end up seeing which
And
of
Real
those...
Friends MST, by the way, which I might have liked to have cast were it not the last week of the season with 2 other playoff deciding matches around it.
I mean, we'll see. Maybe if the seeds are all decided, no one wants to play, then we might get the bottom of the barrel cast. It's rare we get
almost
those.
no way that somebody help against Witness on Steel feels scripted. Good job, Yogurt.
It probably is, let's be honest.
That, and I mean, there's no way that the seeds are gonna... You may have playoff teams determined at that point. There's no way you have seeds fully determined to the point where...
Yeah, I think last season
direct
was the only time
matches-
we've ever had seeds determined.
I mean, let's say Squirtyay just bombs out the rest of the season, like, just hypothetically, and Witness is locked 1, there's no way Help, Rib, and Froggyland all distinguish themselves enough that, like, the winner of Rib Froggyland won't jump over the other one.
Mm.
So yeah, I think we probably have our matches set for the next few weeks, so, more Froggyland coming to you soon. But, yeah, the fight for the playoffs here should be really interesting because, really, I think any of these teams can end up in any of the seeds. I'd lean a little bit more heavily towards Rib right now, being the 2 seed, but we haven't seen them on cast yet, so who knows?
Yep, definitely a lot more Highlander action coming at you guys for the rest of the season. Again, 6 is on Thursday. Keep in contact. We will get you more Highlander on Monday as well, so a lot of fun to be had. But yeah, that's about it for right now. Honestly, my throat's already feeling dead.
No, I'm right back. I missed last week. I'm rare to go.
You can go by yourself, buddy.
Alright. I think that'll do it from us. Thank you for watching. As Zach said, 6 is on Thursday, so stay tuned for that. But otherwise, we'll be right back here in a week, minus 2 hours or so. So thank you for watching. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time.